Hey guys, this is me, the Football Gamer, and today I'm going to do a Premier League 14-15 season predictions video. And we're going just to let you know, these are only my opinions. Don't be afraid to write your own predictions in the comments down below. These are only my opinions. You might not disagree with them, and don't get offended if your team is not as high up in the table as you think they should be. So let's start off with the first relegation place. 20th place, I've gone with Burnley FC. The reason why I've gone with this is because they're a brand new promoted team and they have a very small squad. They need some squad depth and some more players, preferably first team players to be able to stay up. So I've given them 20th place. 19th place is Hull City. Towards the tail end of last season, Hull weren't playing so well. They've got a good team, as they've signed people like, I think, Maguire from Sheffield United, Andrew Robertson, Tom Ince, Robert Snodgrass, and all those other people. But if they played like they had towards the end of the last season, I think they'll be in deep trouble and I think they'll get relegated. 18th place is QPR. They're probably just going to spend lots of their money again. They won a lot of money winning the playoffs last year. They got Remy and Bia, etc., back from loans. But I think they're not going to be good enough to stay up because they're just not going to be good enough. They're going to splash the cash, but it's not going to have an effect on the team. 17th place I've put Leicester City. Leicester City, champions of the Championship last season. I think they had a decent squad when they came up. They just need to strengthen parts of their squads here and there. I think they'll be really close to getting relegated, but I don't think they will. 16th is West Bromwich Albion. That was a very, very hard one to call. It was a very hard decision to put in 16th, but I decided to go with West Brom, even though I don't know how their new manager, Alan Irvine, the Scottish international, will do as their manager. They've got a very good squad, but as I say, I'm not sure how they're going to play this season under their new manager. So that's why I've given them 16th. 15th, I've gone with Swansea City. From places 15 up to 12th, I didn't know who to put in those positions, so I've gone with Swansea in 15th. They didn't have that good of a season last season. I think they finished around 13th, 14th, 15th. I'm not really sure. I'll check later. But I don't think they're good enough to finish in the top half. I think they've got some really good players. They've signed Bafétimbi Gomis. They've got Wilfred Bonney. They've got players like John Joe Shelvey as well in their ranks. But I just don't think Gary Monk's going to be good enough to push them higher up the table. 14th place, I've gone with Sunderland. Did very well to avoid relegation last season. I think they were bottom at Christmas and they escaped with a good run of results, including I think a win or a draw. I can't remember. I think they drew at Man City and won at Chelsea, didn't they? Yeah. They had that desire to stay up, and I think that it doesn't seem like they're going to get relegated, so I think I'll keep them. I'll put them at 14th. 13th, I've gone with Newcastle. Second half of last season, they played absolute crap. I don't think they really, when they lost Kabay, they didn't really have that enthusiasm in the team to keep getting good results, and they barely won second half of the season, so I've gone with them at 13th. 12th, I've gone with Aston Villa. Loads of people will question why I put them at 12th, but I put them at 12th because they have a very good young side, and an improving young side, and I think they'll finish 12th next season. So, yeah. 11th place, I've gone with Southampton. People might be saying they should probably be lower down in the table. I think they've still got a good manager in Ronald Koeman. I haven't actually seen him manage a team before, but I think he'll be a good manager. Even though they've lost players like Lallana, Shaw, probably Schneiderlin as well. Schneiderlin might be going. even though they said they're not going to let him leave. Shaw, Lallana, Lambert. I think they were their key players last season, no question of a doubt. And they've brought in Dusan Tadic from FC20 this summer, so I think they will finish 11th, even though they've lost some of their very good first team players. 10th I've gone with West Ham, no question about it. Sam Allardyce is a fantastic manager, and West Ham have a very, very strong squad. Just a few improvements here and there should be enough to put them in 10th place. I think Enner Valencia, who they signed for 12 million, I think he could give them a lot of goals next season. 9th have gone with Crystal Palace. Towards the second half of the season, I think Tony Pulis has been rebuilding the club very nicely. He made them finish in a record finish in the Premier League last season. He's turned Crystal Palace into a rubbish team at the very beginning of last season to a very, very strong team which teams struggled to take points off of towards the end of the season. So I think they'll finish 9th. 8th I've gone with Stoke. I think they finished 10th or 11th last season, I'm not really sure. They got their highest ever points tally in the Premier League and they did really well. Mark Hughes has done a fantastic job. He's got the players playing at their best and they've signed some decent players. I think they've got Craig Gardner. Oh no, they didn't. That was West Brom. But they've signed some really good players. I can't remember exactly who, but they've signed some really good players. 7th, top 7 next season is going to be so hard to decide. That's why I've gone with Tottenham at 7th. I think the 6 teams above them are much better than Tottenham now. Tottenham spent over 100 million in the last summer transfer window, and none of those signings actually did anything apart from Christian Eriksen. I think Christian Eriksen was their standout purchase of last summer, and I don't think they're going to do too well this season. I think they'll finish 7th. 6th have gone with Everton. I think Everton are a much improving side, but Man United coming back under Louis van Gaal, I think Everton will finish outside the top 5, even though they are improving every year. So I think they'll finish 6th because I think the 5 teams above them are going to be much better. 5th I've gone in the Europa League place. I've gone with Manchester United. The reason why I haven't put them in the top 4 is simply because I think they'll need at least another year to get the squad back to where they were when Sir Alex Ferguson departed the company, and I think they'll finish 5th. Europe next season. Don't think they'll really want Europa League, but I think they'll just need that one extra year to rebuild the squad. 4th, Champions League qualifying spot, I've gone with Liverpool. I would have put them 3rd or 2nd, but I think the sale of Luis Suarez will affect them. I'm not saying Luis Suarez is Liverpool. I'm not saying Luis Suarez is Liverpool. I think they still have some fantastic players. This is coming from an Arsenal fan. I think they do have a lot more better players than Arsenal. Well, not a lot, but so they've got good players like Gerrard, Sterling, Sturridge. I don't think Sturridge up front will do everything by himself. I think he needed Suarez last season to where he got last season. I don't think Sturridge will do that well this season, but I think they'll finish 4th. 3rd, I've gone with Arsenal. Arsenal supporters are always putting Arsenal in top 4. I would have put them 4th if Liverpool didn't sell Suarez. But Arsenal, I think the purchase of Alexis Sanchez will help them, even though people are saying that I think he'll have to adapt to the English game and probably play rubbish in his first season. I think that'll happen. Callum Chambers we've also signed, and David Ospina as a backup keeper, and Mathieu Debuchy to replace Sanya. I think those are very, very reasonable purchases by Arsene Wenger to just get back up and improve the squad. So I think we'll finish 3rd this season. Probably when Liverpool will probably buy another good player, or Manchester United get their team rebuilt. I think Arsenal will finish probably 4th on next season if they don't sign many good players. 2nd runners up, I've got Manchester City. I don't think they'll win the league this year. I can't see them winning it, even though they've still got a very good team. The fine by UEFA. I think they're not allowed to spend like. I think they've had to pay like 50 million a season for the next like 4 seasons or something. For paying too much money, for players, and for spending too much. And I don't think Man City have the funds to buy very, very, very high quality, high profile players. So I think they'll finish second behind, you've guessed it, Chelsea. I don't really like Chelsea. The majority of my friends in school are Chelsea supporters, but I think the acquisitions of Diego Costa, Felipe Luis, players like that, and Fabregas will help them and strengthen their squad to potentially be Premier League Champions next season. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I know I stutter quite a lot because I don't really know what to say. I know what to say, but I just forget what to say when I'm actually talking about them. I hope you're not offended, most of you, by this predictions video. It's my opinion. You might disagree. This is my opinion. You can write what you think your predictions are in the comments. Feel free to comment. So like and subscribe for more videos like this. So see you guys. Peace.